everybody. Subtle, very, very subtle. We're just easing into this one today. And if I don't like that one, maybe I'll do another one at the end. All right, everybody, Dave Nasty here, Next Level Guitar. Having a good time, keeping it nice, light, and easy. We're going to talk about a way to mix up our triads a little bit and talk about some chordal work of one of my favorite guitar players. You see that YouTube text box below? Well, there is a link in that text box. And if you click on that link that you see below in that text box, what are you going to get? Well, you're going to get a free ebook and coinciding lesson that is not available on YouTube. And in this ebook, you've got all kinds of chords and scale diagrams and very essential things that you need every day. All you got to do is just click on that link that you see below. Let's just dive in and go ahead and do this. Now, triads, everybody. What is a triad? It's a 3-note chord, specifically root, 3rd, and 5th. It could be modified by root, flat, 3rd, and 5th. This is some theory information that we have learned here at Next Level Guitar because we have over 1,200 videos on the website, and we know that you can go there at any given time and look up some of this information. If it's a little foggy, pause me right now. And go straight and check that out and come right on back. But we're going to talk about some chordal theory and breaking it up on the guitar in a pretty unique way. So in the key of C major, which is what we're going to focus on, we have no sharps or flats. So that's going to make it nice and easy for us. But what we're going to do is we're going to voice our triad pretty interestingly. Now, I just wanted to focus on this because with this guitar player, this is something that you're going to hear quite a bit. So the notes of a C major triad are C, E, and G. And the pattern follows as this. It's going to go root, 3rd's going to be on the 2nd string, and the 5th is going to be on the 4th string. So it's a good way to isolate that sound. And if we want to, trick it up a little bit more with our right hand, we could maybe hybrid pick with the middle finger. Just to get a little bit more familiar with it. But in the key of C major, we know that our 2 chord is a minor chord. So that's going to be D, F, and A. Well, I have my D, I have my F, and I have my A. We mix those two together. Pretty melodic sounding, pretty cool. If we go up, we have an E minor chord. And that's an E, G, and a B. Here's my G over here. So, one thing to point out for some people that don't realize, power chords are root and 5th. Sometimes people skip that and don't realize that, but that's kind of crucial information to note. We're going to start to repeat a little bit when we go up to our F and when we go up to our G. But I tell you, I like the way those sound when you put them all together. Next one is minor, of course, our relative minor. And each time you do this, practice going up and climbing and kind of getting a little bit of control with some muting. This is going to outline our diminished chord, and that's going to resolve us, of course, to our C major. So that's pretty neat to do in very simple, basic information to start. And a great thing to do to get comfortable with your chords. Well, if you want to go off of your root note being on the low string, you could do the same kind of thing. It's going to focus in a pretty cool way. We have our G is major in the key of C. So we have a G here, we have our 3rd, and then we have our 5th. Now that outlines your basic major bar chord. Just another way to look at it. So this is kind of a nice way to break it up. So what this is going to lead me into is understanding how to create arpeggios and scales. Here's where we shift gears in the lesson and get a little bit deeper in that rabbit hole. Now, what I always tell my students, because people will be like, I don't know a minor 7 chord, right? I don't know how to do those arpeggios. Well, in scale, what is really neat is we could go every other note, and we're going to create these things. So let's do this. Let's take this A minor chord, basic A minor bar chord. We're going to take a new scale shape. The new scale shape is going to look just like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go every other note in that scale, and it's going to give me a minor 7 arpeggio. Check this out. A, C, E, G. Really easy. All I did was go every other note within that scale. That's pretty basic information, but let's take that a little bit further. Let's move it in an octave. And this is what I call the no-brainer way to find arpeggios within a scale shape very, very quickly. And it's a fun way to practice. You got 5 minutes, you know a scale, you can go every other note, and you can start repeating these things in octaves, and you start to see what are referred to as target notes. That's really what you want to look at. Now let's look at this in one other scale shape here really quick. I'm going to refer to my G mixolydian or my C major scale. Just be like starting from here. Like I'm not going to play the 6th string. I'm just going to play from here for a minute. But if I go every other note, I can get a neat sound, and I'm going to start from my A. Right? So A, C, E, G. Look at how those same notes are spread out differently. And I can do the same thing here. So I think this is kind of cool to do because in the case of being inspired and trying to find new ways to form our chords, we can use this information, and we've got these arpeggios to work with. So what is the lesson, and how can we take away from this and keep it short and sweet? We're going to say in the key of C, I know that I can voice my chords minor triad, major, root, 3rd and 5th. Just a clever way to keep it kind of interesting and address some notes. If I need to understand arpeggios a little bit better, I can use my scale shape. And that's gonna help me find those notes within my scale. Very simple, very effective, and something fun to get lost in, everybody. So go to the website, nextlevelguitar.com. I hope you dug it. A lot of information today. I will see you next time.